Great morning, students. As asked by you, today I am going to revise the topic models in English grammar. Now, what are models that we should know first? As I have told you, models are what? They are the form of verbs. Okay, now verbs, you all know what are verbs. Verbs are action words. Okay, so here verb falls into two categories, that is ordinary verbs. When we are talking about the verbs in general, we talk about these ordinary verbs, also known as action words. And the second form of the verbs, as I have told you, it is auxiliary verbs. Okay, auxiliary here means helping. So these are those verbs which are helping us to express the time of the ordinary verbs. They are mostly used with the main verbs. Okay, now here we have discussed auxiliary verbs again falls into two, you can say the two groups, that is primary and you can say here auxiliaries. Okay, auxiliaries, models. So these are the two forms that we have learnt. Primary is, as I have told you, the three one: be, have and do. These are the three primary auxiliary verbs and they have their own form. Like be is, are, am, have is, have, has, had, and do, did and does. These forms, according to the time of the action, we use these primary you can say the primary auxiliary verbs along with the ordinary verbs. The main verb, you can call it as the main verb to express the time of the action. Okay, now we will concentrate on this auxiliary verbs in this class. Okay, before that, let us just see the difference between the two primary and the auxiliary verbs. As I told you, primary auxiliary verbs are used to express the tense. Okay, he is active now. So I am talking about him in the present state. In the present state he is active. Okay, so this is my primary auxiliary verb which help us to express the time of the action. Okay, and you can say auxiliary verbs, that is the model. Okay, the models, they don't have their ing form. Okay, you may have never heard the models can, could or may or might is used as may, can, okay, might, ing. So we are not using ing form, they are used in their original form. Okay, next you have to keep in mind that primary verbs may stand alone. As I told you, he is good. Okay, example, this is a complete sentence in itself. If I ask you what is the verb here, you will say is, which is my primary auxiliary verb. So they may stand alone, they don't need the support of the main verb, okay, to give its meaning. But auxiliary verbs cannot stand, auxiliary modal verbs cannot stand alone. They are always placed before the main verb. We need the main verb. And the main verb here also is used in the base form. Base form, you can say the V1 form. Okay, the base form of the verb, like, look, sing, dance. With that form of verb we are using here. Okay, now as I told you, primary is conveying the time of the action. Okay, now what is the meaning conveyed by the auxiliary? It conveys variety of meaning. Variety of the meaning as in the sense that it may express, you can say, possibility, certainty, or you can say necessity, obligation. It can express a promise, a threat. Okay, so there are so many things it is expressing. So as we read one by one, we will see the usage of the models individually, okay, to make it more clear. Now the first one that we are going to discuss is can. Okay, can is a modal verb, you can say, and it helps to express the ability, or you can say the capability. Okay, he can swim. What is his ability? what is his capability? You can say that is he can swim. Okay, can, again it is used to seek or grant permission. Okay, can I go out of the class? Okay, or also grant permission here, you can go out and play. Okay, so I am not only seeking but also granting permission with the help of the modal verb can. So this is how we form our use modal can in the sentences. Next is expressing possibility of certain happening. Okay, which is theoretical in nature. Suppose you can say that my uncle came to my town, he can visit my house. Okay, so this is what I am logically putting something, and then I am assuming that the things can happen, certain happenings can take place in the future. So for that we are using the modal verb can, expressing you can say theoretical or the expected happening, which is you can say in a logical way. Okay, the last one is it is used as sometimes. Okay, you can say like he can be very rude. Okay, now here when I use can, what it expresses, it is expressing that he can be, okay, sometimes he can be very rude. So can is also used when I want to express the thing, the meaning of sometimes. Okay, he can be very rude means here sometimes he is rude. Okay, he can be attending the parties of his friends. So sometimes he is attending the parties. So this is the use of the can, how to use the sentences, where you have to use the modal verb can. Now let us see for could. Could is what, as I have told you, the past form of can. So here it expresses the ability in the past. Okay, can is expressing the ability in the present or in the future, you can say, but here could is used to express ability in the past. That means what was a person or a thing was capable of performing or doing in the past. Example, you can say he could swim when he was young. Okay, so in the past he has the ability to swim when he was young. So we are using in this way to express ability in the past with the help of the modal verb could. Okay, next, polite request. When I want to make a polite request in the question form, okay, could you please lend me a pen? Okay, so this is what, this is a kind of expressing a polite request in the sense of question form. Okay, then we are using could. Okay, now next we have to see could have. Okay, sometimes we are using could with have. So what it expresses? It expresses the ability which was not made use of. Okay, as we have learned, can, could is used to express ability. So when we are using have with could, it is expressing the ability, the capability, or the certain things which could have happened, okay, but not happened. Okay, so that expresses here the ability which was not made in use. Okay, he could have passed the examination. That means he had the capability of passing the examination, but he did not pass. Okay, so this is how we are using could have in the sentences. Okay, let us move further. See, next one is may and might. May as again is used for factual possibilities. Factual possibilities here means the known, the facts, okay, that this is going to happen. Okay, this you can say it is thundering a lot, it may rain tonight. Okay, so if it is thundering a lot or it is lightning is there, so what can we conclude? That it may rain. Okay, so this is how we are using may for as expressing the possibility. Okay, the person who study or the person who works hard may get success at the end. Okay, So this is what a factual basis you can say, the possibility based on the you can say the experience, the facts. Okay. Next is seeking or granting permission. So we have read in the model form can also, that we are using can to seek permission or to grant permission, and may also we are using to seek and grant permission. So what is the difference? When are we supposed to use can and when we have to use may? Okay, may is used you can say in a more formal way, considered more formal. When we are using may, okay, I can just ask you like this, can I sit in the class? So this way I can ask. I can also ask, may I sit in the class? So out of these, when I consider both of these sentences, so may I sit in the class is in the more formal, polite way to ask or to seek permission. In the same way to give permission, you may go out of the class. So this is what? This is more formal way of giving the permission. So we can use either can or may, but where are we using may? When we are giving more of the formal, when we are having more of the formal communication. Okay, next is expresses purpose. Expresses purpose, that means if we are doing something, then like for a particular purpose. Okay, like we eat so that we may live. So what is the purpose of eating? That we should live long. Okay, so may is also used to express purpose. Okay, now personal wish, this is very common, may you live long. Okay, okay, may God bless you. Always we are using the modal verb may for expressing our you can say the wishes, the desires for the other, the blessings which we give. Okay, now let us come to the past form of may, that is might. It is the past form of might. So it is what is it is expressing the extreme politeness. Okay, when I have to be very polite to the extreme level. Okay, might I help you? So when I am using, I may use like this, may I help you, but I am also using might I help you. So out of these two, when I consider might I help you, that means I am showing the extreme possibility of my desire to help you. Okay, so we use might to express extreme politeness. Okay, might I get you a cup of tea? So this is what? This is the, you can say the deep desire and the politeness I am showing to you. Okay, now while seeking permission. Okay, next one is we also use might for doubtful possibility. You can see may is also used for possibility, might is also used for possibility, but we use might where the possibility which is we are assuming to happen may or may not take place. Okay, it is we are having doubt. Okay, he might come to the party. That means I am expressing here the possibility which may or may not happen. I am doubtful. Okay, so whenever I have to express doubtful possibility, then it might rain today. Okay, when I have made the sentence that it is quite thundering, it may rain. So this is what? This is the possibility which is going to happen. Okay, you can say that factual possibility which I am very sure that is going to take place. But if I say just it might rain here means I am not sure about it. It is a doubtful expression, the possibility that it may or may not rain. Okay, now next is may and might. Both of these modal verbs are used for conditional sentences for the possible result. Okay, if you study hard, you may pass the examination. So this is the conditional sentences, and the possible result of your studying hard is that you may pass the exam. So whenever we are writing the conditional sentences with the possible, the assuming result, we take the help of either may or might. Okay, let us move further. See this. Next one is will and would. Again, would is the past form of will. Will is used to express determination, your you can say the intention if you are making any kind of promise. Okay, will is also used with first person if you are making a threat. Okay, I will throw you out of the class. So this is what I am giving a warning, a threat. So with the first person it is used for a threatening. Okay, and as I told you, it is used for determination, promise or intention determination. I will definitely pass the exam this year. This is I am determined about it. Okay, promise, I will come to your party. When I say I will come to your party, I don't have to use the word promise here. That means I am promising the person that I will be at his party. Okay, so expressing these things. Now, when it is used with second person, it is a polite request. Okay, like, will you help me? Okay, so this is what I am asking his help in a polite way. Okay, now polite invitation. We are also using will for inviting somebody, like, will you come to my party? So this is I am politely asking him or inviting him to my party. Okay, so these are the ways how we are using, these are the places where we are using will. Okay, would, as it is the past form of will, it is used for making suggestions. Making suggestions how? Would you open the door please? Okay, so this is how I am using it for, you can say, the polite request. And suggestion, would you like to have a walk with me? So this is what I am using it to like to suggest the other person and then want to know his desire, his answer. So that's the way I am using would. Okay, we are also using for imagined result. Okay, suppose something has taken place and because of that some kind of result that we have expected or we are imagining if this would have taken place, the certain things could have happened in the future. So that is the way, like if he had studied hard, he would have passed or would pass the examination. So here we are also using would for the imagined result which we are expecting to happen in the future. Okay, now let us move further. See here, shall and should. Shall is used for, as we know, simple future. Okay, we also use will with the simple future. Now when to use will and when to use shall. Shall generally we are using when we are expressing the time also in the future. I shall come to your house in the evening. Okay, so I am here mentioning the future time also. Then I am using shall. Shall is also used to give commands. You shall go out of the class. So this is what? Giving the command. Okay, and with the second person and third person it is used, as I have told you, with the first person I use will. Okay, I will throw you out of the class. This is what? A threat. Okay, with the second person and third person when I use shall, it is expressing the threatening. Okay, you shall be sued for this mistake. Okay, next, with the second person and third person it is also expressing promise. Okay, you shall be granted some you can say help by the minister. So this is the promise made by, when I am using with the second person. Okay, he shall be promoted to the next class. This is again expressing the promise. With the first person I am using shall to form questions and to form such question in which I am expecting the other person to give me his or her the reply in the sense that I want to know his desire, his wish. Okay, like shall I come with you? So I want to know what the other person wants, the wishes, what is his desire, what he is expecting me to do. Okay, now should, as I told you, it is the past form of the shall. It is used to give advice. Okay, you should obey your elders. This is the common thing that you have always heard. Okay, duty, you should work hard always. Polite commands, you should never disobey your elders. So when I am saying this, I am expecting you to follow this. I am giving you command in a polite way. Okay, now moving to the next, we have must, ought to and used to. Must. Must is used to express duty. You must work hard when you are in the class. Okay, you must pay attention in the class. So I am expecting this to expecting this from you because it is your duty as a student to concentrate in the class. Okay, compulsion. You must come every day in neat and clean uniform in the school. So this is compulsory for you. Okay, necessity. Necessity means it is necessary for you to do it. You must finish your work before going out. So this is necessary for you. Okay, empathic advice. I mean, when we are empathized with other person and we want to give him some kind of tips, or you can say the advice, you must visit the doctor. That means I am telling that person that it is necessary for you to visit the doctor. This is the advice I am giving. Okay, strong possibility. Okay, like suppose if we are expecting something to happen in the future, the possible thing, and we are very strong at our this thing, the mind, that yes, this is only the thing that has happened. Okay, you can say he must be there in the school at this particular time. So this is what I am expressing, the possibility, the strong possibility that he should be in the school at that particular time. Okay, now next is ought to. Okay, we often get confused between must and ought to. Must is used for your, you can say, the moral duty. Okay, and social obligation, which the society expects from a person as a person who is living in a society. What all expectations they are having from you. Okay, like you must help the poor people. Okay, you ought to help poor people. That is the way you are going to express this. Okay, last one is used to, express past habit. He used to go for a walk when he was in the school. Okay, this, what was his habit in the past of going to the walk when he was in the school. So these are the most important modal verbs that you must know, and based on this, please try to solve the exercise. If you are going to solve the exercise, then only the things will be clear to you. Okay, otherwise nothing is going to happen. Thank you. God bless you all.